Tonight, winter weather is moving in. We are still waiting for snow in most areas. Some areas could see as much as 8 inches when all is said and done.
The entire viewing area, you are under a winter storm warning, and tonight we are on your side with team coverage. Aaron Kelly on the peninsula, Jason Marks on the south side, and Liz Palka is in North Carolina.
Chief Meteorologist Don Slater and meteorologist Tiffany Savone are both tracking the storm. We are going to start with them. So what's the latest?
Well, the latest is that we're starting to see a little bit of snow in some areas, really most of North Carolina right now.
Not Virginia just yet, but lots of reports coming in from North Carolina. We want to thank you for that.
Yeah, and it's rapidly expanding northeastward as expected. It's moving along right on schedule. Now, this looks for all the world like the south side of Hampton Roads area, or much of southeastern Virginia, is covered in rain. However, we are obviously not covered in rain across the Hampton Roads area whatsoever. This rain is out there, but it's evaporating before it hits the ground. The air is too dry underneath, so the rain falls, but then it evaporates. Pretty soon, though, I think we're going to start to see the atmosphere moisten up. Tiffany,
and there were some reports of snow in Franklin.
There have been some reports of snow into the Franklin area, so again, it is making its way northward. And really, we're seeing northward snow even into Gates County. This is an automatic computer-figured kind of thing that lets us know where the snow and the line between snow and sleet and rain is located. But really, we're seeing a lot of snow, wet snow, all the way to the state line now, especially farther westward. Elizabeth City seeing some scattered snowfall. Liz Palka is there, and she'll show us what has been flurries. And we have seen a little bit of snow now toward the Nags Head, Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills area. And to prove it to you, here's a picture from Barbara Fire Rose Bateman of just enough to cover the deck, the usual kind of thing, into the Kill Devil Hills area, Nags Head, Kitty Hawk area. It's likely to change back and forth between rain and snow. I think you'll see snow, obviously, initially, but it could change over to some rainfall a little bit later on. We've got quite a night ahead of us, and we're going to show you what's going on. This could be a little wintry mix at the onset of the snow, but right away it'll likely change to snow after that. You see some very, very dark blue colors showing up on this wider view through the Rocky Mount area all the way on over to the Outer Banks. Here's what we are expecting. We've taken all the forecast models, looked at everything. Tiffany and I have really been watching this real carefully during the evening hours, and we have seen some forecast models that still take some heavy snow right on down into here. Focus the heavy snow here. So they're really still not in total agreement. But this is what we tend to think is going to be happening. This is going to be the widespread area of 6 to as much as 9 inches of snowfall with some occasional bursts. If you'll remember back to the other night, we had tiny little areas of snow move on through, but we ended up, for example, at Gloucester County with one burst of 3 inches, and the rest of us got nothing to speak of, just a dusting at best. So we could see some of those bursts into some of these areas, 5 to 7 farther southward, 3 to 4, and 1 to 3 inches, and then it turns into sleet and rain, and so it could mush back and forth a little bit, really all the way on up into southeastern Virginia Beach. So that's what we're looking at in terms of totals. Widespread heavy snow begins and then continues from midnight through around 5 o'clock. Wintry mix, it'll pivot northwestward across the south side cities. It'll knock down the snow a little bit, and snow everywhere, back to snow everywhere by 7 o'clock, and then it'll taper off to flurries. It'll be blustery and cold. Tiffany and I have been working on things all evening long, and we'll have the latest forecast for you. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes.
And now we're going to go live to our crews in the field. 10 on your sides, Aaron Kelly starts things off in Newport News.
So, Aaron, what are you seeing now there on the peninsula?
Well, we're not seeing any snow. I can tell you it is chilly out here. We're along Jefferson Avenue near the Patrick Henry Mall. Show you the roads here. Looking dry, looking good. Nobody having any issues as far as we can see right now. But again, we are waiting for that snow. We're expecting it to get here. And public works crews who are stationed not far from here are expecting it as well. They've been working in 12-hour shifts. They put down about 6,000 gallons of brine today, even by this evening. And they were brining throughout the rest of the evening. They have 17 plow trucks ready to go. And once the snow starts, they're going to start plowing the bridges and overpasses, they say, and then roads like this one will take priority as well, Jefferson Avenue. Now, earlier in the evening, we got a chance to catch up with some of the shoppers doing their last-minute grocery shopping. We talked to one woman who said she had to go to 2 different stores to get what she needed.
Oh, it was awful. So many people in there. It just, you know, I can feel, you know, oh my gosh, the big snow is coming.
Yeah, a lot of cities feeling the big snow coming here. Williamsburg, we talked to them. 35 plows they have. Hampton has 35 plows. We talked to Williamsburg. They have 6 plows. They've already finished their pre-treating. And they have a shelter as well in Hampton at First Baptist Church. But again, here in Newport News, they have their crews staged. They are waiting. We're waiting to see that first snowfall come down here. But that's the latest here in Newport News. Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.
All right, let's go live to the south side now. 10 on your side's Jason Marks is in Virginia Beach.
So, Jason, what are you seeing there?
Tom, goose egg, 0 snowflakes so far, but we know that's going to change eventually. Let me show you what's going on here. This is Virginia Beach Boulevard. You're looking down towards Great Neck, and you can see it's all clear right now. We've been checking throughout the night with our public works crews here on the south side, and they tell us that they're ready for the storm. They are now working their 12-hour shifts and just waiting to hit the roads with that sand salt mix. Here in Virginia Beach, crews have 3,800 tons of the mixture to use on the streets. Just to give you an idea of how much that is, I'm not a math major, I'm in broadcasting, but I did the math, and it's equivalent to 950 adult elephants. That's a lot of sand. So crews are ready, and so are you at home. We saw a bunch of you guys tonight shopping, doing that last-minute shopping. We were over at the Food Line on Sandbridge Road, and the store was just packed. Many folks getting off from work and hitting the store right before the storm. Of course, they were after those essentials: milk, bread, water, and one woman told us beer.
We don't know what's going to happen with the storm, so we're making sure that we have all the necessities we need so we don't have to go out tomorrow.
How concerned are you?
I'm not really concerned. I just am worried about losing power.
The shelves are empty and people are stocking up. I mean, I usually go grocery shopping this time anyway and stock up, but had to do it a little bit earlier.
A little bit earlier than normal, especially with the storm coming through. Now, as you mentioned, it's just a wait and see here in Virginia Beach. We know we're going to get something. How much are we going to get? That's the big question. Obviously, we'll know in the next couple hours. That's the latest here in Virginia Beach. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.
Norfolk residents can park their cars in the city garages during the storm. All city-owned parking garages except MacArthur Center will be open to Norfolk residents. You just have to take a ticket when you enter, and the exit gates will remain open. Hampton Roads Transit has a plan in place to help its drivers get around in tomorrow's snow. Starting at 6 a.m., they will implement the Emergency Snow Roads Plan to provide essential service along the major corridors. HRT will also make every effort to clear snow from the tide stations and transfer stations.
Just saw some empty roads there in Jason's shot. VDOT is prepared for this winter weather. Extra staff will be on hand throughout the storm. They'll be working to monitor more than 300 cameras like these. They'll dispatch service, safety trucks to accidents and communicate with state police to dispatch plows and sand trucks to those trouble spots. It's an exhausting job with all that expected snow tonight. The message to drivers is simply to stay off the road.
To identify key areas that potentially have icing that need special attention by our plows, and then to assist in the accidents that we will start seeing, particularly with the hot spots where we have congestion build rapidly. Our function is to then go in and try to clear that accident off the interstate, get it to the shoulder, and help facilitate the rapid clearing so that we can get the motors moving again.
From the shots we showed you tonight, it does look like people are staying off the road. But if you do drive, stay focused, make smart choices, clean off those windows, and watch where you're going.
That's right. Here's a reminder. Shovel your sidewalks. For example, Norfolk City Code states property owners or occupants must clear snow from sidewalks that abut their property within 3 hours after snowfall ends.
Now to North Carolina, where Governor Pat McCrory signed a declaration of emergency. You can see snow is already falling there. This is video near Charlotte in the central part of the state.
10 on your side's Liz Palka is in Elizabeth City. And Liz, just before the newscast, you tweeted you have some snow flurries there.
Nicole, it has started. It was really just about 10, 20 minutes ago that the snow flurry started here in Elizabeth City. We are right off Route 17. I will say there are clearly no problems yet with this when it comes to the roads, when it comes to the snow really sticking, although it does appear that it's sticking on the grass. But this hasn't been coming down that long, and it really is quite beautiful at the moment. But the NCDOT workers, they are ready for this. They worked really throughout the day putting brine down, and they are prepared to work overnight to make sure the street streets are clear. We have some video that we can show you of what they were doing to prepare earlier. Crews were getting salt trucks ready as well as checking equipment. And as soon as this snow starts, of course, well, it just started right now, they plan to be out on the streets. However, they said they're going to let it accumulate just a little bit so they actually have something they can plow. Now, a spokeswoman told me Pasquotank County has 7 plows, trucks, and other equipment to clear snow, and Camden County has 4 trucks. I'm also told DOT is prepared to shift resources from other counties to provide help for other parts of North Carolina that get the most snow. And if necessary, that decision will happen tomorrow. And as we've been talking to drivers today and yesterday down here in Elizabeth City, they said their biggest concern were those roads that they live off of. They say there are a lot of rural roads here in Pasquotank and Camden. They want to make sure plows are getting to them. I did check in with DOT on that. They said that their priority are the 4-lane primary routes like Route 17 first. Those are the roads they'll target. Then they'll go to 2-lane primary roads and then as many secondary streets as they can get to. Live in Elizabeth City, I'm Liz Palka, 10 on your side.